Branding secrets. All right, let's first start with your logo. Now, your logo is something that I think is not necessarily the most important part of having your brand, but it is one of the things that makes you feel like a real artist. It's one of those major steps where you take yourself more seriously. And if people see you got a logo, especially your friends who might have doubted how seriously you're taking this thing, they will take you more seriously. So let's start with a logo. Now, logo is something that a lot of rappers think they need to do on their own, or they just get their homie to do it. When you can get it done really cheaply and really professionally, even free, as we'll show you in a second, just on the cheap, and it'll look nice. So rather than trying to just do it yourself, but we will show you one trick for that, rather than trying to do it yourself, why not hire somebody really, really cheap who is a professional, or the other option that we'll show you in a second. But really what this comes down to is the who, not how rule that we talked about, right? This is the idea that rather than trying to figure it out on your own, or trying to become some great graphic designer, being a master of all trades, what is it, jack of all trades, a master of none, why not just get somebody to do it for you? So it's who, not how. First and very affordable option is to go to Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. So Fiverr with 2 R's, and that's a site that has tons of graphic designers that you can hire just for one job, in this case a logo, and they'll make it for you. Now, for How to Rap, what we did was, I was influenced by Manchester City, that's my team. Come on, right? That's my soccer team. And so I wanted a logo that was based on Man City. So all I did was go to Fiverr.com, I looked up soccer logos. Like 10 to 15 people came up, and I chose the person whose examples I thought were the best. You can do the same thing. Advantages with Fiverr is, first, it's extremely affordable. It's like 5 to 10 at max, like 20 bucks. It's something that you can, the whole Fiverr thing that has to do with 5. It's something that you can do affordably no matter what your budget is, and get something pretty high quality. Another advantage is there's a lot of professionals that do it. It's one of the most high-end, well-known outsourcing freelancer websites. So you're not gonna miss any opportunity to find whatever style you want. And also, as part of the packages, a lot of these graphic designers do offer 1 or 2 revisions. So you're not gonna just put your money in and get whatever they throw out and have to reorder and spend a lot of money. Usually their packages say 1 to 2 revisions as part of your deal. So for like 10 bucks, you can choose the specific style you like. You can hire that person for one-time job, not get tied into any contracts, and you can get a couple revisions in. Now, my way of doing it, I think you should just follow along, is whatever style of logo that you're influenced by, search that up. So in my case, I search soccer logo because I was trying to base it off of a soccer team. Pardon to anybody who's from around the world. I know it's football, but we saying soccer right here, right? So I just looked it up. If you want to have one that looks like the Bad Boy Records logo, you might put something like, cartoon character logo, because that little baby in the Bad Boy Records logo is a cartoon, right? Or movie title logo if you want it to look like a movie, and then just search through whoever. Now, one other advantage with Fiverr and pretty much all these sites is you can just screenshot an example or two. So I screenshotted the Man City logo, and then I just put it in the message when I purchased the soccer logo guy for like 10 bucks, and I got a couple revisions, and now we have the beautiful How to Rap logo that you see. So that's the real tricks with Fiverr. It's super affordable. That is a great option, and I personally have used it to great success. The other option is Freelancer.com. Now, Freelancer.com has an added advantage of being somewhere where you can set up a contest, and I really like this option, especially if you're planning to maybe use somebody again for something like building graphics and stuff. So what Freelancer is very similar to Fiverr, very affordable. You can set your price, all that. But what Freelancer.com does is it has a start a contest option that you can set for 5 days. So let's say you want a logo and you want a lot of different options and people to show you their best work, and then you get to pick and choose. You can go to Freelancer, set up a contest, set your price point and set it for 5 days, and you can just wait as they roll in. The one hidden advantage there also is you can comment as people submit, so that the people coming in 2 or 3 days later, you can be like, I like more like this style, or I like this style. You can rate them in real time, and then by the end of it, you have all these different submissions conditions, and people will definitely like, no, this is what you want. Last kind of trick with freelancer is, just for this job, pay a little bit extra. So if your budget is a $10 logo, pay 25 because that'll get you the best freelancers. Now, it's not saying break your budget, but just pay a little bit extra where the best freelancers on that site will want to win the contest. And then, you know, you have your logo. That's something you can also do for future projects, whether that's banners and stuff. It's a good trick. It allows you a lot more freedom, and that's an option I've used as well. The free option for your logo is just to use a font-based logo, right? Like, so just your name in a certain kind of font. Now, this is nothing to sneeze at. You have people like Eminem, Jay-Z. Their most iconic logos are just based on a font. I think that Eminem's logo is Arial, and Jay-Z's is just a stretched out version of like a famous font. Way to do this is go to canva.com. This is a website you'll really want to get in touch with and use a lot. Canva.com, that's CANVA.com. You go there, you find a template or whatever, you choose your font based on you know, the background. You delete the background so it's transparent, so it's just all white. Write your font, write your name, and then export and just put transparent background, right? So whatever template you're using, just have it be a white background, and then when you export with your writing, of course, over the white background, just choose transparent parent background, and then you have your font logo. So that's a really good, easy way to do it. Totally free, probably the best for you younger members who may be using your mom's money to do all this, but overall, that's a really quick, free way, canva.com. Color schemes. Now, this is really important, and actually, once we go through it, you'll see how easy it is. So you want to have a consistent color scheme all across your social media, all across your branding, right? And a lot of people don't know exactly how to do that, but I'm gonna show you a real easy trick. Now, first and foremost, you should understand the concept of hex codes. A hex code is basically like a mathematical principle that they used in computers, on the internet, in technology to identify very, very specific colors, right? So a very specific, there would be a hex code for this yellow as opposed to the Pittsburgh Steelers NFL team logo, or yellow, or the yellow on a traffic light, right? So hex codes are specific mathematical, like binary ways to identify certain colors. So the first thing you need to understand is you need to get the hex codes for your specific colors. Easiest way to do this is when you have a color scheme in mind that you'd like, and you can base that on your favorite team in sports or your high school or college colors, whatever. You know, you can, whatever color scheme you like, blue and black or black and yellow, whatever it is, you just look that up on Google. Literally Google black and yellow color scheme or blue and black color scheme. Go over the images and they'll give you a bunch of different sort of complementary colors, like it'll have a yellow, a certain type of black, and a certain type of red, or a certain type of green, whatever the complementary colors are on the color wheel, right? Because there's specific science to colors. So you go there, you click on the one you like, the combination you like, and most sites with color palettes or color schemes will have the hex codes below. You'll know that it's a hex code because it'll have a hashtag sign in front of it, like the number symbol. And then all you gotta do is save each, specific hashtag hex code for it, and then go over to Canva. Again, you should have Canva, it's totally free. Go over there, click branding, and then they have an option for brand colors, right? So you have all your hex codes, you might save that in a Notes app. You go over to Canva, set your brand colors in Canva as a way to save it, but also to use it anytime you use graphics for Canva, and then save it in like one other place. And now you have your specific hex code that you can send to people who are graphic designers. You can use them even in painting and stuff like that. This stuff is across the board with graphic design. You can set it in your video editing. You can do a whole bunch of cool stuff with it. But now you have your color scheme, and you can always change it this way too if you want to rebrand depending on your color scheme. Banners, pictures, cover photos, all of that. Now, this is pretty straightforward, but a lot of people don't take advantage of it. What you should do is find the dimensions for each specific social media account or platform that you're using, and then make your cover photos and your banners based on that. The easiest way to do it is just Google it. YouTube thumbnail dimensions, YouTube cover art dimensions, Facebook cover photo dimensions. That's the easiest way to do it. So if you're using, for example, Canva to make your own graphic design on a specific cover photo or whatever, Canva will allow you to just edit your dimensions to make it real easy for you to put those across the board. It's really simple stuff. Of course, if you're going to be using Fiverr or Freelancer, that's another option, just to hire somebody for like $10 to do your YouTube cover art. Depends on your budget and how much you really want to put into it. But at the base level of it, banners and pictures are pretty easy. Once you have your logo, you have your color scheme together, and your font, all right? And that's the last thing I want to talk about. As long as you have a specific font. Now, you should have a specific font for all of your branding as well as an artist. I'm going to tell you, you should get a sans serif font. Sans serif font, and I'll put that in the notes. Sans serif is the type of writing that's really simple and easy to read without all the curves. Serif, on the other hand, that's the stuff you read in books with the hard curves, Times New Roman, for all my people in at least American schools. That's the book stuff, and it looks good on paper. It looks good in a newspaper, a hard copy book, but it doesn't look good online, and they've done studies that have shown that serif writing is hard on the eyes when on a screen. So get you a sans serif type of font, save it, go and download it. You can get it totally for free on sites like 1001fonts.com, but just basically save your font. You can also throw a specific font into Canva, and you can also save it, of course, and then you can have that and deliver that to whoever's doing your graphic design or doing your cover art and stuff like that. So if you wrap all those together, it's pretty easy. This is something, again, you can do in the 20 minutes or so, right? So just wrap all that together, and now your branding is good. Today's video is all about what to post about. What are the topics that I should be posting about? A lot of up-and-coming artists struggle with this. How do I keep it interesting? How do I keep it fun? All of that, all right? So first and foremost, the most important thing you can understand is that you should be posting on a variety of topics. Post on a variety of topics, not just your music, not just your music, not just music, all right? The easiest way to come off like a struggle rapper or like that annoying, untalented musician is to only post about my show, my music, check out what I'm doing. It's really annoying. Look, everybody, whether or not they have anything to do with music, understands the idea of a struggle rapper or struggling artist, right? That's the old school term. Struggling artist in their mind. And one of the most common ways they think of struggling artists is that all they do is, please check out my song, please. They're begging for you to listen. They're just like, oh, please, all I have is my new song. Please buy my CD, man. I want to do the Minister Society thing. Anybody who gets that, y'all know what I was about to say. All right, so everyone has an idea of what a struggling artist is, and they don't enjoy it. And so you don't want to get that tag on social media with your friends, with anybody, of being that lame struggle rapper who only posts about themselves. So the solution to this is post about a variety of topics, pre-think of them, which we're about to run through, and then just cycle through them. So one of 10 topics can be, check out my new song, right? And then you cycle through a bunch of other topics. And on the next go around, check out my show. And then the next go around, right? So we'll run you through this, but basic mentality you wanna have is, yes, I wanna post on a variety of topics, many different subjects, so that I don't come off like that struggle rapper who is just the homeless hustle, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like a homeless person. Come on, man, please, just give me one listen. All right, so let's identify 9 things you like to do other than just your own personal music for you to identify that you can talk about. That will give us a total of 10 topics for you to cycle through when you're posted on social media. Number 1 is your personal music journey, right? So that is the one time of the 10 that you can post about, your new music, promotion, new shows, anything like that. So you have 1 down. I would suggest the second topic being music that you like. Other music that people make, famous albums, anything that has to do with stuff that you mess with. So you're still a music fan, you're still part of the community. And now you already only have 8 to go. Third one could be some form of physical activity you enjoy or you're used to if you're lazy now. That could be like sports, skateboarding, hiking, whatever. Just something outside that you do or have done. Number 4, movies, TV, video games, things like that. Now, I guarantee you enjoy one of these 3 or all of these 3, so you can post about something related to entertainment outside of music. This is something that a lot of people like to discuss. There's tons of topics that come up every single day relating to this. On YouTube, many of the things that are trending are movie trailers, TV show trailers, video game related content. So that's a really good one. Number 5, traveling. Even if you haven't traveled much, you can still post about places you'd like to go. Or if you do like to do a little traveling, have been to. Note, like, traveling could also be just, I went to the other side of town, or I went to a new neighborhood, I went to another place in my state or my province or whatever, my country, right? It doesn't have to mean you went to Paris, for the weekend or whatever it is. Dream locations, things like that. The point is, everybody on earth likes to travel, and nobody will ever be salty that you're posting about this kind of stuff. I mean, there are many, 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 many very successful travel channels, especially on Instagram. Number 6, react to a news topic. The advantage here is kind of twofold. First, you'll stay up on the news and get great ideas for bars, references, things to talk about in the interviews. I mean, think about it. Eminem has made a career off of topical references and current topics, right? And secondly, you will be talking about things that are viral or relevant to people in everyday life. I mean, there are entire multi-million sub YouTube channels like Philip DeFranco, where all they do is react to the news. Now, number 7, life in your local area. This is the opportunity to put your city on. Discuss anything cool that goes on in your local city or neighborhood. That could be relating to entertainment, that could be related to your lifestyle, that could be food, cuisine, it could be anything that gives us a window into your local area. Rappers always receive an extra boost if they seem like they're loved by their hood, so this is super helpful. By the way, if you're one of these people that says like, oh, my area isn't interesting, make it interesting. Everywhere has a really cool restaurant, a really unique place to hang out. I lived in West Virginia for a month. There was a really cool bar, there's really cool restaurants there, there's mountains, like whatever you think your insecurities are telling you about how your place is not interesting. People like to travel, people are open-minded, people who aren't insecure, like everywhere, right? Like, so stop being insecure. Your place is interesting. Make it interesting, dog. Number 8, motivational. This is the opportunity to post any motivational quotes, memes, videos you enjoy. Like, we all know about the hustle thing, like, the thing you wake up, morning motivation, all the great pages, Gary Vee, all that stuff. Everyone on social media enjoys an extra push throughout their day. Number 9 is food, drinks, and parties, right? So this is more about social components of what you're doing in your life, right? So you can mention food in your local area is one, but then you can also have social places that you like to meet. This is an opportunity to discuss bars, nightlife, parties, anything like that. If you're younger, just focus on food and what your friends like to do for fun, right? Don't overthink it. It's just an opportunity for you to bring people into what you like to do when you're with your homies, whether you're over 21 or under 21 or whatever. And last is jokes and memes. So this is an opportunity to be funny, have a grab bag of different things you find hilarious. If you need ideas, just go to famous meme pages like Fuck Jerry or The Fat Jewish. But this portion is where you get to make us laugh. So boom, now you have 10 things you can talk about. 9 things that don't relate to your music so you sound interesting. And then 1, of course, music promotion. Now, if you're wondering, is this too little? That like I should be promoting my music a lot more or whatever? If you think about it, for each topic, 1 post. So something like Twitter where we told you do it 12 times, you're already gonna be on that schedule promoting your music twice a day. Even if you're doing something like 3 to 5 times on Instagram, then you're promoting your music pretty much every other day, right? So it's gonna come around, especially if you just stay to the order, but you're gonna be, more importantly, seeming like an interesting, normal person. You have to understand, what I'm showing you is what most normal people post about. That's what most normal people enjoy about social media. They do not, social media, Facebook would not have $100 billion if it was just rappers only posting about, yo, check out my song. Nobody normal wants to listen to that. One analogy, you go to your friend's birthday party and you could either go there, meet some people and just be like, yo, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I make music. Yo, oh, by the way, I got a new show you gotta go check out. Oh, I actually got my USB drive. You can listen to it right now. Yo, matter of fact, yo, DJ, play my songs. I don't care about what you playing. Play my songs. Look, nobody's gonna enjoy you. Nobody's gonna wanna check for you. And in fact, you're going to ruin the party and probably never be invited back. Damn near might lose a friend out of that kind of behavior. On the other hand, what if you go to the party and you talk a little bit about your music, mention that you do music, but you also talk about movies and TV games that you enjoy and outside activities, last place you traveled, really good restaurant you've been to, a funny joke or meme you saw, all the other things that we put in our list. Not only are people going to enjoy you and be like, oh, this is a well-rounded, chill person. Oh, they do music. That's kind of cool. I might check that out. But you're going to be the life of the party, and you're going to actually get more friends who you can turn into fans. All right. So there's a little analogy there. The most important thing is just learn how to cycle through topics. Now you have a list. You can never say, oh, I don't know what to post about. A lot of the things that we put in there, there's always relevant trending topics on it. You're always going to be able to find something about movies, TV, video games, travel, right? London is not going anywhere. Beijing is not going anywhere. There's no reason you can't get really cool ideas, news topics, all of that. So hopefully this all makes sense, and let's start cycling.